Good evening. First and foremost, congratulations to Cabrini. It's the first national title for any sport in program history. We're joined here by head coach Steve Colfer and student athletes Tommy DeLuca and Kyle Tucker. First, we're going to have questions for the student athletes after a brief opening statement from Coach, and then we will dismiss the student athletes and we'll take questions for Coach. Coach Colfer.
First off, congratulations to Amherst for a tremendous season, tremendous game. I mean, that game was hard fought from top to bottom. They are, I said this week a couple times when I was interviewed, they are as worthy of the champion as us. They had a tremendous season. They're tremendously well coached by John Thompson. They threw a lot at us, and then we were lucky, and our kids persevered and made a couple more plays there in the second half. So that was it was a great lacrosse game, and again, congratulations to Amherst for a great season. Obviously, for our guys, it's an unbelievable opportunity to play on this stage, to have an opportunity to compete against some of the best teams in the country, and then ultimately to come out with a team that is able to hoist the championship. So it's special for our university, it's special for our athletic department, and it's obviously special for our lacrosse program. And when I got a chance to see some of the alums in the stands, you can't be somewhere for 23 years and 19 years as a head coach and not think that this isn't part of their this is every bit of part of their championship, because they built the foundation for this program. They are the reason why we are here today. These guys finished it off for them, but without those guys, we're not here today. So that this trophy belongs to everyone in that fan base and everyone around the world, basically, that has had connection to our university and to our lacrosse program over the years.
Thank you, Coach. Questions for student athletes? We'll start right here in the front.
Kyle, any point in this game where you guys were back and forth with Amherst, and Amherst took the early lead, but you guys fought your way back, fully tough, whatever. Was there a point where kind of something clicked for you guys, and you guys finally found a way to get through Amherst?
Well, in the first half we were feeling a little bit shaky, of course, but we were confident because the score was tied. And then we know that we were better in the second half when it comes to offense. We feel more connections and more spacing within our team, and we were just able to do that come third quarter, and it worked all the way through to the end.
Second row.
Tommy, can you talk a little bit about the job trying to minimize Wolf today and how well you guys think you did with that?
Yeah, so definitely since beating Salisbury last Sunday, the big thing the entire week was Evan Wolf, and we knew how good he was, and then on Friday him getting attacked and player of the year was kind of made it a little bit more nerve-wracking, and I don't know if the guys really believed in me that much or they were sliding in my face, but it seemed like I was the only one a little bit nervous about it. But all the guys told me that I just made my game, and I think I did. And one thing that we focus a lot on defense is trust. And I just knew that the five guys behind me and our goalie Riley was going to make saves, and that's all we did. And I don't think he really did much.
What does it mean to be part of the first team to bring a championship to the program?
It's an unreal feeling. I didn't even have words to describe it. When I was out on the field, all I could do was put my hands to my head and just think how unbelievable this experience is. I'm glad I got in touch with Steve Colfer, Coach Steve Colfer, a couple of years ago, and it's just unreal. I still can't even believe what happened.
Final question for the student athletes.
Kyle, when you guys get rolling late in that third quarter into the fourth quarter, I guess it's a little similar to late against Salisbury. Do you guys have the expectation or know that if you go through the process and you work, that kind of stretch is waiting for you guys at the end of the game?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, when it comes to the third quarter, we feel like nobody can run with us, and once we started clicking, we knew shots were going to go. We just make sure we stay on each other to never put our foot off the pedal and just keep pushing down no matter what it takes.
Thank you, gentlemen. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll open the floor now for questions for Coach. Start right here in the end.
Coach, Timmy Brooks, game-winning goal. How special is that from Timmy?
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's the thing that movies are written about. It's when he got hurt down in Hampton City in late February, broke his collarbone, and basically had to be, sent home in a van because he couldn't take the bus ride home. And to see him the next day in agony, literally agony for the next probably 3 weeks, he couldn't move. He was just incapacitated, couldn't eat. Everything was just miserable. But I remember that morning when we got back and we got in the office because we were on spring break and we had to get ready for a really good Dickinson team. I went to my AD's office and I just said, this is not how it ends. There's just no way that this kid has been through this much in life, battled back, to then have someone in a doctor's office tell him that his lacrosse career was over. And when I said that, I had no idea that this would be the outcome. I wish I did. I would have played the lottery a few times between then and tonight. But it literally is, I'm sure some or maybe all of you saw his story that went kind of viral this week, and to have him, literally last night, we're at team dinner. We're at a team dinner last night on a Saturday night at 7:30, and his surgeon calls, and I don't know if, I'm assuming he was aware, but he said, but I've been meaning to call you, last couple of days. You're fully cleared to play. We were just using him on man up because they wouldn't clear him for full contact, and he calls him last night at dinner and says, I meant to, you're fully cleared to play. And then to have Jay Klein, who was an All-American, go down literally on the first play of the game with either a broken ankle or something, and to have to look at Timmy and say, put me in, I'm ready to go, and to have him score those goals, it's unbelievable. It's beyond unbelievable to me. And it's just such a special situation, and one that I couldn't be more proud to be a part of in any way. He deserves every second of this, every second of this, because he's, he put himself in a bad spot in life, but he dug himself out. And this country was founded on second chances and redemption, and I'm a big believer in that, and always will be.
The red green shirt. Coach, you mentioned Timmy and everything that brought him there, but also guys like Kevin Lyden and Nick Voss. Is there something about what the program does that allows these guys to kind of have their second lives in lacrosse?
Because as a program, we were never getting the first looks of guys. We were always having to kind of dig and find and listen and keep our ears open. And when we hear local guys who may be coming home for one reason or another, it didn't work out at school A, or college football didn't work out, but we knew that he was a pretty darn good athlete, we hunted those guys down, and we were persistent in that. And all the guys that have worked for me on the coaching staff, to get to this point in your program, you better darn well have guys like that. You can't just sit back and sit behind your desk and wait for the really good players to show up. You got to go find them. And we weren't a first choice destination. And I don't know if we ever will be, even though we just won a national championship. We have that little bit of an underdog mentality, and we find guys that appeals to. And I sell it. I'm not going to lie, I sell it. But what I sell is the fact that, hey, you're going to come here and you're going to get an opportunity to get a top-rated education. You're going to be part of something that's bigger than yourself, and you're going to have friends and brothers for the rest of your life. And I told these guys the other night, I gave my post-game speech 3 days ago, because I said, in that locker room, you're not going to hear me. We're either going to be celebrating a national championship, which we are, or we're going to be suffering the agony of defeat. And whatever I say in that moment, you're not going to hear me. And I tried to explain to them about what unconditional love is, and how much, if they win, I don't love them more, and if they lose, I don't love them less. Much, the same as we have our children in our lives and those types of things. And I really tried to connect with them on that and make sure that they understood it. And I think they heard me in those moments, because they thought we were coming in to talk about dinner that night, probably, you know what I mean? And they got walloped with that. But going back to Timmy Brooks, he sent me a text that night. I'm laying in bed, and he said, hey, great job today. Keep doing what you're doing, ... It's working. And that's, if you know Timmy, that's absolutely 1,000% him. So I couldn't be happier.
Coach has just mentioned winning the first national title for your program, but also as a larger aspect for me and Philly guy myself.
Yeah.
I think it's the first Philly men's lacrosse team, Divisions 1, 2, or 3, to win a national title. For that, what does it mean? You've been here for 19 years at the program. What does it mean to put Cabrini on the map, and what does it mean for Philly lacrosse in general?
It's crazy. I mean, there's so many great coaches in this city, at the high school level, at the college level, at the youth level. I came up grew up in Westchester and started playing youth lacrosse there, and after college came back to this area and played in summer leagues and men's leagues and got coaching at Cabrini and have been mentored by so many of these guys. And to be able to do something like that it's unreal. I mean, it's a tribute to all those guys. I try to really work at this, and if someone's talking about lacrosse, I'm going to go listen. And some of the greatest minds in the lacrosse world are right in this area. So hopefully they can take a little piece of this. You know what I mean? And I was talking to John Thompson before the game, and about this, and I always loved when first-time programs got to this game, which John did and we did. And I always took the time to email that coach, win or lose, and congratulate him on a great year in feet, because I was happy that day, because it was, to me, it allowed us to know that we could do it too. That we weren't just banging our head against the wall, and that to see teams break through and to get to this championship weekend is huge, and then to ultimately get a national championship is huge. So if there's anyone out there thinking, I don't know if we're doing it right, if we're recruiting the right kids, I don't know if I have the right support, just kind of be persistent. You got to plant your flag somewhere in life and work hard around it, and I really believe that if you do that, the potential is there for you in your program, and hopefully all those guys in Philly own a little piece of this, because it's it's special to do that.
Can you discuss the way how your team responded to the slow start you guys had in the first quarter?
Yeah, I mean, it's happened to us, throughout the course of the year, and we've responded, in different ways. And it happened to us in the York game in the quarterfinals. We were down 5-1 at halftime, but we were getting good looks, and we didn't have to revamp anything. We didn't have to scream and yell. We just had to kind of just shoot the ball better. And so being down, I think we were down 2-0 maybe. We weren't worried with this group. This group of seniors is unbelievable. I mean, I have learned so much from them. Their perseverance, from injury, through life situations, through whatever has been thrown at them, they have persevered. So when you have good leadership like that, you don't have to hit the panic button. You don't have to call timeout and grab guys' attention and try to. They were well aware that they were playing in Lincoln Financial Field for a national championship. We didn't have to remind them of that. They just needed to kind of calm themselves a little bit, and also give Amherst credit. They're really good. You know what I mean? And their kids caught the ball, shot the ball, and they got a couple past Riley. At that point we weren't worried. We needed a couple saves here and there, you know what I mean? And I kept going to Coach Galling and walked down and said, listen, we need to stop here. You can feel the momentum shift back and forth. We try to use our timeouts, strategically. But sometimes the defensive stops and saves are huge. Let you save that timeout and let you get the ball down and let a lot of our highly skilled offensive players to go to work. And we did really get some timeless, stops there. So credit to Coach Galling and his staff.
Obviously, the win is a little bit more sweeter considering the fact that you're at the link.
Yeah.
A lot of Philly guys.
Yeah.
With a bunch of people from Delco coming down. How sweet was that?
It's unbelievable. And I know we were in a good spot yesterday when, and I didn't realize the section, when we went to the banquet on Friday night. They said, okay, after the Fan Fest, you're going to go in and your teams will be sitting in section 108. That's where we have reserved for the D3 teams to watch the D1 game. And I go to my seat and I'm sitting there and I turn and I said, oh my God, I got a really eerie feeling right now. And they said, why? I said, this is one row in front, 3 seats down. It's the seat I sat in to watch the Eagles beat the Vikings to go to the Super Bowl in 2017. I mean, eerie. And I just told Jason Kelsey that out on the field. He is a big supporter of Cabrini Lacrosse. His wife went to Cabrini. She's worked in our athletic department for a number of years. And Kelsey's been around our program, spoken to our guys. He's good friends with a bunch of guys on our team. I told him that, and he was laughing, and he said, that's a pretty good omen. That's a pretty good omen. And I also told him as I was walking away, okay, now it's ball's back in your court. The Eagles got to go back and get us another Super Bowl next year. So he kind of looked at me and laughed, and but didn't say no. So.
Final question for Coach. Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.